Dimapur Naga Students Union Tindin Sports Meet-Cum-Debate Competition August 10 pra Kiligina Ayado Ajikoto Mushe Debate Competition Kurigina Bethesda High Secondary School Walford Colony Dimapur. Aji debate competition day an unhealthy paradigm shift in the history of Naga political movement has emerged in today's age. It's diverging the movement's true nature laga topic luina debate kurishe motion aro against the motion laga bench day. Competition day against the motion laga bench pra jutishe aro best debater do libong waling pra paishe against the motion group pra aro motion laga group te visemeto nagi pra best debater paishe.
Firstly, let me make myself very clear that Nagas from time immemorial, we were never under any outside forces. Prior to Indian independence in 1947, Nagas were largely sovereign, even though some of our territories were occupied by the Britishers. However, there is no written treaty where Nagas surrendered our rights and our land to the Britishers. The Naga political movement did not begin after on the eve of Indian independence, as claimed by many Indian writers. It began with the formation of Naga Club in 1918, which submitted a memorandum to the Simon Commission in 1929, stating that Nagas would not join the Indian Union, as Nagas are a separate entity. The memorandum also stated, "Leave us alone to determine for ourselves as in ancient times." This line clearly summarizes that we were free and we have every sovereign right to be free. Secondly, Piso was not the founder of the Naga political movement. However, he played a significant role, as it was under his leadership where the Naga political movement reached its peak. On July 19, 1947, our NNC leaders met Mahatma Gandhiji in Bhangi, Basti, in Delhi, where Gandhiji assured that Nagas have every right to be independent. And with the assurance from Mahatma Gandhi, our leaders declared independence on 14 August 1947. Thirdly, our declaration of independence was ignored by the government of India. And as such, our NNC leaders conducted a plebiscite in 1951, where 99.9% of the Nagas voted in favor of independence. Our leaders and our people boycotted the first general election, 1952 general elections. However, the government of India responded to this plebiscite by committing atrocities, raids, murders, burning of houses, fields, villages. These are all inked in the book, the Naga Saga, which is authored by Kaka Iralu, which is already banned by the government of India. The first instance of internal problem in the Naga national movement began with the formation of the revolutionary government in the 1960s, a faction which was formed opposing the NNC, which is very sad and unfortunate. This was the first instance where outside forces manipulated and created divisions. We should avoid temporary solution which will last only for a few decades. Naga solution should be inclusive of all Nagas, because all Naga tribes have played a significant role in the Naga political movement. It cannot be Nagaland-centric, because Naga nation exceeds the Nagaland state boundaries. Today, I would like to conclude that we all need to live together as brothers, or we will all perish together as fools. We have lost the true objective of our movement. Let us not give up on ourselves, but keep the goal alive and pursue it.
With firm conviction, I discard the motion and I shall provide further clarification towards it. First of all, it will be improper to label the movement by saying that there has emerged an unhealthy shift in the history of the Naga nationalism in present day. Since it has been existing from the very initial stage, since the formation of the Naga Club in 1918 and the submission of the memorandum to the Simon Commission in 1929, there were 20 signatories of the colonial government which comprised of only 5 to 6 tribes. There was no equal representation of the Nagas. There was no unanimity of the Nagas. However, in 1946, the Naga National Council was established in order to stand for the solidarity of the Nagas, to stand for complete political autonomy of the Nagas, and to stand for unification of all the Nagas. However, the NSC took twists and turns, and for reasons best known to them, began to split, starting from 1968, with the formation of the revolutionary government of Nagaland, and then with the formation of the NSCN in the 1980s, and the list goes on. And as a result, there was multiple assassinations. There were violent conflict with the Indian armed forces and among themselves whenever they met. Blood flowed red like river of our own Naga brothers and sisters in our own soil. This was a very unhealthy shift in the Naga national movement in the annals of the Naga history that has never happened until the 1950s. However, at such a juncture, not being able to withstand such painful sight, the Naga Students Federation, the Naga Mothers Association, the Naga People's Movement for Human Rights took the bold step and began to speak against the atrocities of the Indian armed forces, and also encouraged the Nagas to speak out and tell to the world about the atrocities of the Indian armed forces against our Naga brothers and sisters. As a result, the NSNM got admitted into the United Nations Unrepresented Nations People's Organization on 23rd of January 1993. And our movement, our fight, our Naga national movement got international attention, and the Indian government signed the ceasefire agreement in 1997. As a result, peace prevailed and fresh talks have started. Because of the efforts of the NSF, because of the efforts of the NMA, because of the efforts of the Naga People's Movement for Human Rights and some other civil society organizations, there is peace in the land today. We went from war to peace, from violence to harmony, and this is what I call a healthy and a historic event in the history of the Naga national movement. Secondly, as time passed by, new Naga nationalist political groups emerged, and as a result, new clashes started. At such a juncture, the Forum for Naga Reconciliation on the 13th of June 2009 called upon our Naga nationalist leaders, and they signed an agreement by S.S. Kaplang, Isaac Chichisu, and S. Shinya. The signatories to the agreement committed before God that they will work for reconciliation, they will forgive each other, and they will work together for peace, harmony, with love, interest, and mutual respect. And this is what I call another historic and healthy event in the history of the Naga national movement. Thirdly, we say that people, Naga brothers, are divided on the lines of tribes, and I totally agree with that we belong to different tribes, but that is God's nature to which and to where we are born to. And we cannot do away with that. That is impossible to make it the same. However, we must be more realistic. We must respect each other and stand together as Nagas. People say there are differences, but I would rather call it diversity. And there is beauty in diversity. There is unity in diversity. And in order to achieve the goal of one people, one destiny, the Global Naga Forum are working hard in order to spread awareness and to unite the people under one umbrella with a team of one people, one destiny. The latest one being the solidarity work that began from Kohima and concluded at Senapati on 28th to 29th of July 2022. Is this not a sign of the Naga national movement going from strength to strength in terms of solidarity and uniting the people? Is the process of uniting the people unhealthy for you? Change your mindset, my adversaries. Fourthly, because of all the efforts of these organizations, there is peace in our land, and we have food on our table and we can sleep peacefully. And as a result, fresh talks have started. And however, the movement is still going on the right track and in its true nature. That is complete political autonomy for the Nagas, an honorable solution. What is honorable for the Nagas? An honorable for the Nagas would mean a national flag under which we can all stand together with pride and keep our hands on our chests and sing our national anthem and with a feeling of oneness. The Constitution is a necessity of a country to run its government, and so it is for the Nagas. Integration will come about, all these three will come about when a solution arrives, because it is an integral part of the unique history of the Nagas, and the government of India has recognized the uniqueness and situation of the Naga history. When Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister of India on the 11th of July 2002 in Amsterdam, followed by Dr. Manmohan Singh said solution outside the box, which means solution should be outside the Constitution of India. And today the most honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, have took the bold step in order to sign the Framework Agreement of 3rd August 2015. They have recognized the uniqueness of the Naga history. That means we Naga are free people and we were never conquered by any forces. The framework agreement, anybody who have a dictionary and knows how to read and write should understand that it's just a frame, not a final solution. It's just like the proverb says, in the Chinese proverb says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step at a time. It is a step towards our final solution rather than a final solution. Don't be a bridge. Don't be a wall. Be a bridge. For the wall that divides and the bridge that unites are both in our hearts. We are Nagas. We are Nagas. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. And we shall overcome. Kuknalin.